This is the Sixth Man Show, an Orlando Magic podcast, with your hosts, Luke Sylvia and Jonathan Osborne, covering all things Magic basketball. By fans, for fans. Go Magic! What's going on, Orlando Magic fans? You guys are back with the Sixth Man Show. Today is August 19th, 2022. Jonathan Osborne here, as always, joined by Luke Sylvia, my co-host. Luke, what's up, bro? How are you?
I'm good. I am excited, as I'm sure you guys are, for you guys to listen to this episode. It was a lot of fun and super unique anytime we're able to get any type of Magic player on the podcast. Always a good time.
I am currently on a cruise ship. We're in the Bahamas, so we're in the past right now. You guys are in the future. So you will notice the next several episodes we will be wearing the same clothes if you are watching us on YouTube, and that
Correct.
would be why. But yes, very excited to have RJ Hampton on the podcast. He joined. We talked about this upcoming Orlando Magic season. We got a couple of actually funny stories from RJ, kind of non-basketball related. We talked to him about Paolo. We even got to ask him about the Paolo Dejounte beef, and the schedule came out on Wednesday. That's the night that we recorded with RJ. So although he didn't get a chance to take a super deep look at the schedule, we kind of got his thoughts on just the NBA life in general, which was pretty exciting. So before we get into that, we're going to go through our list of our patrons. So if you guys have not heard, we do have a Patreon channel. You can find us at patreon.com/the Sixth Man Show. Our patrons, basically, they financially partner with us each month to help us do awesome things with the show, do things like giveaways as well. If you haven't checked our website out, thesixthmanshow.com, we do have a shop up there where we have some Sixth Man Show branded shirts. The reason that I bring that up is because we also give away a free shirt in our Patreon channel every single month. So if you guys are interested in that, you can join the Patreon channel at our All-Star or Hall of Fame tier patron to be entered in one of those giveaways. So, but we also shout out our Hall of Fame tier patrons on every episode. That's what we're going to do right now. Shout out Court Cousins, Armin, Elite Too Low, Jonathan Borges, Magic Player History, Wiffle, Michael Salapong, Ryan Singh, The Distract, Pierre A, Dylan Holden, Mr. Mikey, Lil Penny, Drum, Danimal, Dutto15, Bobby Skinner, Nate Donley, Gotti93. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate the support. Without further ado, we are going to get into the interview with RJ Hampton. All right, Orlando Magic fans, this is an episode that we have been really looking forward to. We are joined by Magic guard RJ Hampton. RJ, thanks for joining the show, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me, though.
I mean, yeah, anytime. You're welcome on the show whenever you want, bro. How's your summer been going? What have you been up to kind of outside of basketball?
It's been going good, honestly. Ain't been too much going on outside of basketball. Really just hanging with family. Really just enjoying spending time back home in Dallas. I've actually been here a lot this summer, actually. So just getting around Orlando, but it's been chill. It's been a good vibe.
Awesome. So RJ, I did some listening to podcast appearances that you've had. I know you went on with CJ McCollum here a few years ago, before you went over to to New Zealand and everything. I wanted to ask you about that experience kind of here on the front end, RJ. At the time he had asked you, I think, what are you excited about to go over there? And you said the people and the food. Now, Jonathan and I, we love food. We're not ashamed to say that on this show. I wanted to ask you that, as far as food over there, I don't even know what kind of you would expect going over there as far as food wise. Was it completely different? And was there anything that kind of became your favorite?
I would say there's nothing that was completely different for real. I feel like the only thing is what's more normalized, for breakfast, lunch. And I feel like it was a bunch of Americanized food, so it was easy for me to kind of get used to it. But I'll probably two things. Everyone over there eats avocado and toast for breakfast. That's you gotta eat that for breakfast. And then I'd probably say the McDonald's over there are much cleaner and much they appreciate their McDonald's much more than we do here in America.
That's interesting. I'm a big fan of avocado toast. Did you adopt that at all? Did you eat that over there, and did you keep eating it here or no?
I ate it a little bit over there. My teammates like wouldn't be on the road. I would eat it, but like, I mean, I like avocado. I don't eat it no more for real. But yeah, when I was over there, I ate it a couple times.
RJ, speaking about your experience, playing for the Breakers, our social video producer, his name is Manny. He lives in Australia actually, and follows a lot of the basketball over there. He let us know that you got ejected pretty early on in one of your first games for the Breakers. What happened there, bro?
What did happen? I think earlier in the season we had played that team. It was a team out of Melbourne, the Phoenix. And, like, this one guy, he was just kind of like a dirty player for real. And, like, we had kind of got into it in the preseason game or whatever. And then I just remember, like, coming down the court, and I'm guarding the guard that's, pushing the ball ahead. And, like, he sets, like, a back screen on me. And, like, if, like, you're a guy coming to set a back screen, and obviously the guy, that you're about to set the screen on doesn't see you. You don't got to use no extra force for real. Like, they don't even see you for real. So all you got to do is come up, set your screen, and move on about your day for real. And basically, when he came up to set the back screen, he just threw an elbow. And when he threw the elbow, I was like, And then I seen him maybe like 10 seconds later in that same action, and I just ran straight over him. And then
yeah, you did.
We just got scuffle or whatever, and then they ended up ejecting me, man. It wasn't my first time being ejected. Hopefully, it's my last, but
right. Hey, can I ask you, what's up with the Krusty the Clown in the background for our folks on YouTube?
Actually, I won this at Universal. They had like a basketball game.
Oh, of course.
And you just got like a stuffed animal or whatever, stuffed toy or whatever. And I got it. And so like every time people come to my house, they always look at it, and I tell them I got a camera set up beside there. Always watching.
After you did that, did the Universal guy come over and be like, I appreciate you being here, but we can't have you on this all day. Like, you're going to bleed us dry. You got to move on.
I believe it was me and Wendell. We had won quite a few things. We were with quite a few people at the time, and we just was kind of passing out stuffed animals for real because we was just winning the whole time.
I love it.
I want to ask RJ, as far as you going overseas and playing, and that decision. I know that kind of part of it, like, obviously, like a lot of their stuff, the food is Americanized, able to just like speak English. There's not that disconnect that a lot of players that go overseas and play international might have doing that. But another thing is, obviously that jump, you were really like one of the first to really start doing that. Like, you did that, and it just felt like it kind of set a trend, obviously. But as far as like college, the atmosphere of college has changed so much in terms of, the NIL, which I'm sure you're aware of, that players are able to just outwardly like sponsorships, things like that, and get money off the bat. Do you think like if you were in today's, college, you're making that decision all over again, are you making that decision to go to New Zealand again? Or are you saying that you like, especially doing that now, would you have done that, or are you going to college this time around?
I think I don't even know, honestly. I feel like the reason I wanted to go to New Zealand was to like just to get better, just to play against home men and just really game. And like the money was there too. Like I love that, of course. But like thinking about how the NIL stuff works now, it would have been a very tougher decision had that been there then. Because I wanted to go to college really bad, and I still watch a lot of college basketball. My best friend plays college basketball now, so I'm still like a big college basketball fan. So for me, it would have been definitely a much more difficult decision.
So as we talk about, we're kind of getting more into basketball here, and the schedule came out today. We're looking forward to next season. Anything really? I know you haven't looked at the schedule too deeply, but has anything really jumped out to you about that? I know you guys first two on the road, and then the home opener is like the second night of a back-to-back. What has jumped out to you about the schedule so far?
I'll be honest. I looked at it a little bit, but I just kind of ran through it. I really went to go look at when we played at Dallas so I could see my family and have all my family and, friends come out to the game for that one. But, I think that, whatever our schedule is this year, got to be prepared, got to be ready for it. I think we were one of the teams that had the most back-to-backs last year. So that's obviously something that, we have to, deal with. And I think that we can, and I think that we're ready for it.
Yeah, and just to give you an idea as well, I know you said like you haven't gotten to look at it very much. There's a 7-game homestand that you guys get in November. So you guys got 7 games there, which I think the league owes it to you guys after you guys are on the road. Pretty much, it feels like the whole month of October. You start games and then
Yeah.
So yeah, do you enjoy, like, how important is that, those 7 home games? Like, for you guys, do you prefer so much more to play at home, or do fans like make a bigger deal about kind of if you're on the road or home, or how that goes?
I mean, I think it's just a matter of like how comfortable we are, with being at home. You get a lot more rest. You get a lot more time to, get in the gym, get your treatment where you're comfortable at after the games. You're not getting on getting in your car, going to the airport to get on a plane. I think that's a big thing that a lot of teams use to their advantage, just the amount of rest that you get with these home stands. So, like you said, last year in October, I felt like we were on the road, the whole month. So I think that will definitely help us, a lot this year. But at the end of the day, we got 41 road games this year, however they break it up, and we got to go out and perform.
RJ, I know everyone coming off of last season is really looking to improve, the team and individually going into this coming season. Personally, what have you been working on, this offseason, and what are you looking to improve going into next year?
Yeah, I think I've been, obviously the cliche answer is to say, I've been working on everything. But I would probably say just to continue working on my shooting ability. I really want to get to a point where I'm a 40% three-point shooter. I think from my rookie year to last year, I made a lot of strides, and I learned a lot of things about myself as a shooter. Continue to be a playmaker, for other guys. I would say, defensively take that next jump into being one of the best defensive guards in the league. I think I showed my abilities last year, but now on a consistent basis, trying to do that night in and night out is something that I look forward to. I think the biggest thing this year for me is just conditioning. You see a lot of these guys, and these guys are putting up numbers. They're playing 82 games for 30 minutes, and it's because they're in the best shape. So that's been my main focus this summer. Trying to be in the best shape possible, but honestly, the best shape of anybody else I'm playing against.
Yeah, and you really kind of stuck out to us, RJ, in terms of last year. As far as your catch and shoot ability, you shot like 40%, which was good for 76th percentile in the league off of catch and shoot opportunities. So you definitely were able to show your ability there. And then, obviously, like you said, I'm sure that'll just make it even easier to continue to improve upon, your 3-point ability. As far as last season, RJ, you and I got to speak briefly in Orlando at the draft tour week, leading up, days before the draft. You and I spoke and just talked about, the team in general, and that you think like this is the year you guys can make some noise. That doesn't come from you not having that type of experience and like thinking about that last year and what this team could look like for this year when fully healthy. Was there a game last year or a stretch last year that made you think, this team is for real? We can actually do something. We just need to get healthy, and we'll be able to, like you said, make noise in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like there were some games last year where I was kind of, thinking towards definitely the last probably month of the season, playing some of the more tougher teams in the league. I remember we were playing Cleveland, up on them pretty much the whole game, lost it at their place, ended up beating them 2 weeks later. Playing Phoenix, I think we might have lost to Phoenix by 3. That game took Philly to double OT in Orlando, ended up beating Golden State. So there were a lot of games where I was like, this team we're right there. We have a few more things to patch up, a few more, pieces that we need to get healthy. But like once that all comes together, I think that we're really a team that can, actually make noise and actually continue to grow and get better and be a threat in this league.
We talked to Jalen the night of the draft, actually, after the Paolo pick. He came up to the promenade, which you guys probably have never even been that high in the arena. I know Jalen hadn't, but we asked him just kind of about the culture and the chemistry of this team. You hear that from every young team, and it's almost cliche to a certain extent. But Jalen echoed the fact, and we've heard this from time and time again from people within the organization. And then the last game of the year, we heard it in all of your exit interviews. What do you think of the chemistry in Orlando, and is it really as special as it seems?
Yeah, it definitely is. I think the chemistry that we have together on the basketball court is only going to grow stronger by practice, playing more games with each other. But the chemistry that we have off the court, I think that's something that's unmatched. Basketball, especially in the NBA, is a business, but we all enjoy going to work every single day and being able to see each other and talk to each other and hang out with each other. So that's something I think that's special about this team, that, we're all young guys and we all have the same common interests, basketball, other things throughout our personal life. And we just all get along, honestly.
Yeah, and that's something that was kind of evident, and that's what really, Jalen was talking about. He said, it starts even in the morning. Like you go in, some of the guys eat together, obviously, and you just do your whole day together. How important is that going into this season, bringing in a guy like Paolo, and kind of Paolo's got this, I don't know, it's a pressure for sure, right? Like as a number one pick, and I said this to Jalen too. He's the number one pick forever. Like that is, he has solidified this number one pick. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure that comes to being that. What does that chemistry do for a guy like Paolo to come in and really just like feel like maybe a load was lifted for him coming in and just being able to just hang out with the guys?
No, for sure. I think that, especially with the team that we have right now, I mean, I want to say like, if not everybody on our team, but like maybe not 2 or 3 people are all first round draft picks. So like we all have a certain type of, connection between each other. And, with Paolo coming in, being the number one pick, like you said, you're the number one pick forever. You're going to have that target on your back. You're going to have this, that, but we also have a former number one pick in Markel. So, we have a guy that has been through that, knows how to handle the pressure, knows how to deal with it, fight through adversity. So I think it just makes it a lot easier on him being in a position where a lot of guys understand, what this road takes and where you want to go and how you want to sustain and, build yourself and your character in the league.
What are your early impressions of Paolo so far? Like on the floor, obviously you guys were there, at Summer League, but how is he, kind of adapted to the team and how everyone has kind of welcomed him in so far?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think our chemistry is so good. Like, it was just one day we just added him into the group chat, and it just was he had been there forever. We just all talk. We hang out. We work out together. We practice together. It's just he didn't skip a beat. We didn't skip a beat. Let's continue to make this thing roll. And once October 3rd comes and we play that first preseason game, it's on and popping from there.
Now, Jonathan, I know that we wanted to kind of ask you, RJ, as far as Paolo goes and talking about him, he had a little run-in with Dejounte Murray playing in the Zeke end here.
Right.
I believe it was last weekend or so. And we saw kind of something happening in game based on the clips we were seeing on social media, but I don't know if we knew that anybody would take to social media about it. Obviously, all of our listeners know what we're talking about, but you're the first player we've had on since that happened. Have you heard anything? Do you know anything, or what's your opinion on kind of that whole thing that went down, and has Paolo talked about it?
Right. Yeah. I mean, like you said, everybody knows the situation. He hasn't said anything directly to us, about it. I think, we all kind of seen what happened. Honestly, I was with one of my friends at the time, and he showed me the clip, and I kind of laughed because I didn't think it was serious. And I was like, oh, they're both from Seattle, they're playing around, yada yada yada. And then I think my friend showed me the Instagram post, and then I was kind of that's kind of weird. I wouldn't do that. I mean, you dunk the basketball. You know what I'm saying? Bravo, for real. But, and then the aftermath of, people going on social media, not even just them, but just other outlets and other people saying their own opinions. I mean, we'll never truly know what went down. Hopefully, it stays, between the lines of basketball. But, like I said, Dejounte, great player. Met Dejounte in person, great person as well. And I just think, it was, basketball beef. And, sometimes, you got to settle that, at the game. And, we play the Hawks, I think, one of the first games of the season. So we'll definitely be ready for that one.
Yeah, I think, to your point that Paolo hasn't even mentioned it to you guys, I think that just confirms what I thought, is that Paolo wasn't really bothered by it and was kind of surprised that it got turned into like a big deal, and
Right.
seems pretty, ready to move on from it. But I wanted to, kind of pivot from basketball and just kind of ask you some more casual questions towards the end here. I know you've got the Michael Jackson tattoo, on the leg. What are like 3 or, maybe 5 of like your all-time favorite Michael Jackson songs?
I'd probably say my favorite song is "Rock with You." Probably say a sleeper song that I like is "Liberian Girl," and then I'd probably say my favorite video. I mean, I think it's everybody's favorite video for real, is "Thriller," and that just kind of intrigued me when I watched it when I was a young kid. So you got the best song, the sleeper song, and the best video right there.
Liberian Girl is a sleeper. I've never even heard of that. So you're definitely more of a hardcore MJ fan than I am.
Yeah, you gotta watch the video too. The video is crazy.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I want to ask RJ, as far as kind of going into these rapid fire questions, you retweeted something the other day that said by the age of 30, you should know. And so you've got some time, but if you've got a team, you have to let me know. You should know who you're bringing with you to the zombie apocalypse, who's on your team. And this can be, NBA players in general, or it can be Magic specific, whatever you want to do. Like, let's say that the team is let's say it's 3 other guys.
Like who I'm bringing, or like somebody, if I had to pick somebody off the Magic though.
No. You can pick whoever you want. Let's say 3 people that like you guys. There's a zombie apocalypse coming. You guys got to board up and get going.
I be really thinking about this. Do I have to know them in person? I really got to know them?
No, it's whoever you want.
Oh, that changes me for real. Because I was talking about like, it's like people I know. I got to set my team. But if it's not nobody I know, I don't know then. See, I got to do people I know. I probably take my pops, my pops, my best friend, Jalen. And then, I don't know, probably not my little brother. That wouldn't, he can't. Sure, we're just going to rock out us 3. My pops, my best friend, and me.
All right.
What is it about them that makes you, like, that's your zombie apocalypse team?
See, I watched a lot of The Walking Dead growing up. And, like, the way when, like, stuff's not going well, especially in a zombie apocalypse, people are going to turn on you, I know they ain't going to turn on me. So we can fight every battle, and they ain't going to turn on me. They ain't going to switch up. So I know for a fact. And my pops, he going to get down when it comes to some zombies, for sure.
Who would it be on the Magic if you had to pick one guy?
Ooh. On the Magic, if I had to pick one person, it's Markel.
Oh,
Markel or Sco.
Oh, yeah.
Sco, I can understand. The little mix-up that you guys had in Charlotte at the end of the year, I can understand that.
Yeah, I'd pick Markel and Sco to rock with me.
Awesome. Well, RJ, thanks for taking the time joining the show, man. This was a lot of fun. We know that you guys are, gearing up for training camp in a few weeks here, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys this season.
Appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you.
That was our interview with RJ Hampton. Again, thanks to RJ so much for taking the time, stopping by the show. Super down-to-earth dude, really chill. It's always refreshing when we meet these guys, and they're not like, divas or, really anything like that. Just a normal dude. Luke, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, man. And honestly, probably wouldn't have happened without the help of the Orlando Magic partnering with us for that draft week tour that RJ came out to. we're able to, establish connection with him there. We agreed that he would come on the show. And like you said, just super awesome to be able to meet a guy like that who, like you said, is down to earth. One of the young pieces of this roster, and hope the best for him, and hope that he just continues to develop.
Yeah, looking forward to RJ's season. Looking forward to the rest of the Magic season. But again, big thank you to RJ. It was a ton of fun. I think one of my favorite parts from that was definitely like the Krusty the Clown thing. Telling that people that he's got like cameras in it and stuff. That was fun. So yeah, just super cool dude. Again, really appreciate RJ coming on the show. Be on the lookout. Monday we're coming with another episode with Pee Wee to plug, our boy Pierre from the Through the Wire podcast with House of Highlights. So be on the lookout for that. That is going to do it for us for this episode. For Luke Sylvia, this has been Jonathan Osborne. You guys are listening to The Sixth Man Show, and we will catch you guys next time. See ya. Thanks for listening to The Sixth Man Show. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and Spotify to get new episodes downloaded directly to your phone. If you enjoyed the show, please take a minute to give us a 5-star rating and a review. It helps out the show a lot. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Sixth Man Show. We'll catch you guys next time. Go Magic.
Let's go!